It seems like the Africa that we have always been praying for is finally here.
Around the corner.
Can we say here? Oh, it's almost here.
It's almost here.
Yeah, so we have seen an agreement between Ghana and South Africa. They have just signed an agreement that both citizens from both countries can now visit each other. That's Ghana to South Africa, South Africans to Ghana for 90 days without any recourse of work or, all of those things.
Starting 1st November 2023. So you just have some few weeks and Wadema can travel from Ghana to South Africa without the requirement
I'm sure
of a
Wadema is
visa.
Celebrating this one.
Yeah, he loves South Africa.
Yeah, it's good news. We have always been, advocating for borderless Africa, where people are free to move. From this now we'll have to go and work on the tickets. They're usually very, very high for traveling within Africa. But this is the beginning of greatness.
Yeah, you remember in 2018, the AFCFTA, Africa Free Continental Trade Area, was started, which became effective in 2019. I remember as it was yesterday because we were very excited because we knew with it we would be able to move across Africa without the requirement of visas and all that. But until COVID came and it slowed a lot of things, even FCFTA. I remember in 2020, that is when I think they started having some some ways to effect it, and the offices were placed in Ghana, actually Accra, Ghana, and even the first secretary is from South Africa, and he lives in Ghana because it's there. And I think this could be a very, 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 very good big start for African Continental Free Trade Area to be put into effect because it's been slow. 4 years down the line, we haven't seen a lot of things. So kudos to those two presidents. And also we've seen the president of Kenya, William Ruto, trying to doing the same for many African countries, saying you will not be required to have visas coming to Kenya.
And I think we should not forget former president of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, we saw him advocating for this.
He's actually the one who pushed for free visas
not
between
even
South
for
Africa and Kenya.
For the whole of Africa, he was very vocal about that. So I think we need to give him his flowers because these are the things that he had always been advocating for. Like, we are brothers, we are sisters. Why should we need visas? Why should we go an extra mile to pay for a visa when we can use that money to go and support, local businesses in all these countries? 90 days is a lot. 3 months.
3 months.
In an African country.
And because one country that the citizens go through a lot moving across Africa is Nigeria, or say it's Nigeria and Ghana. But mostly Nigeria, because everybody thinks that Nigerians are, for those negative things. And you find that moving from Nigeria to Kenya, they'll need a visa. And Kenya to Nigeria, the same.
Even with the visa, they'll still have to face immigration, strict. It's never welcoming for Nigerians.
And those guys are very hardworking when it comes to genuine business and all that, hustling. So we want to see these things being made into effect. And if they are scared of drug dealing, they need to make the security across the airports and borders very much effective, so that they can stop anybody who's bringing in drugs, but not discriminating people because of where you come from.
Nigerians are drug dealers.
So we need to be free to move across Africa, because even with President Uhuru, we saw Kenyans moving to Mozambique without the requirement of a visa. I'll say this, not that other people from other countries are not involved in drugs. We saw a Kenyan being arrested in Sri Lanka with a lot of cookies.
Drug trafficking.
So does that mean all Kenyans are drug dealers?
That's the problem.
So we need to stop generalizing and stick to making it easy for Africans to move. Because when you're in Europe, these Schengen countries, you can move from Italy to Sweden to Romania to Germany to anywhere. I think there are like over 26 countries or so, I'm not sure, where you just need one visa to move. And for them, they don't need visas. You just
You
take your
just go
passport
to
and you go.
train.
But as person from Africa, you just get an Italian
Train
visa,
visa.
and you can travel all across.
Mhm.
We need to have that as Africans. Like if I want to travel from Senegal to Liberia, to Nigeria, to Cameroon, to Congo, to Angola, to Namibia, to South Africa, to Mozambique, to Tanzania, to Kenya, up to, until I get to Egypt, and go to Central African Republic, Congo, and all that. We need to be free to move.
Yeah.
And because when you move, money moves.
Yeah.
You know, we get rich together. People wake up.
And for some time, going back now to the issue of South Africa, for some time we've been seeing South Africa playing like the superior power when it comes to Africa. You'd see that people need visas to go to South Africa, but South Africans probably don't need visas to come to Kenya, to go to Ghana, for example. And I'm just going back to that because if you build yourself and you show other countries that you are, you can stand up for yourself, you have the money, you have the resources, your people are not traveling because they are running away from problems in their country, people will start giving you respect. So for Ghanaians, we know Ghanaians, a lot of Ghanaians are educated. There's a lot of skills coming in from Ghana, even if there's just a few, like any other country where you see people going to misbehave in different, even Nigerians. We have doctors, you have very educated professors from Nigeria.
Nigeria is growing at a very high rate. Fintechs from Nigeria, media, entertainment from Nigeria, big businesses.
And I don't know why the drug now covers everything.
Maybe it's propaganda.
So,
guys, let us know in the comment section. Is it propaganda?
Yeah, so when people start respecting you, it's easy for them to deal some deals like this with you. It's easy for you to develop. It's easy for you guys to now, start thinking about bigger things to help each other grow. So this is what we want for Africa, and this is what we've always been.
A free Africa, free to travel, free to move. Let us know what you think in the comment section, and we cannot wait to see you in our next video.
And to eventually see a borderless Africa.
Thank you and bye-bye.